Hello guys, I'm making a quick update in here because something interesting is happening on the Bitcoin. I know most of you guys are having a look at this or has been in the past, and as it's a structure that is pretty much parabolic and stupid, I assume most of you guys are staring at this trying to make it rational. So once again, that's absolutely normal. This is what those structures are meant to be making you feel. So if you just feel it like that, that's just normal. These things are meant to trigger emotions, most likely stupid emotions and irrational behaviors. All you need to take care of is not to press a button because of those emotions. This is what most of the dumb traders will do or has been doing recently. So remember that any dumb decision can bring up some money. But what makes the difference in the long run is you making rational decisions instead of dumb ones. Because when you do dumb trades, you can make gains out of 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. But if you keep on playing this way, you're just going to end up losing your money in the long run, which is exactly the opposite of what we're looking at. So the thing So the thing is that once again, when it moves, when people are driving crazy, it's generally meaning that you need to make some cold-blooded analysis instead of letting yourself go for those stupid emotions. So remember the thing. The biggest mistake I see recently is people thinking, all right, we've got a bubble, we're back in the days. No, we're not. I mean, the difference between a bubble and a short-term bubble is that when we are creating a bubble, we're trading historical highs, which means we're looking at the last freaking buyer. We're rising. Even each and every dollar to the upside is even more stupid than the previous one, and we're rising until the last stupid dumb buyer will be buying the market up. So it is hard to know because it's a Ponzi scheme. Like we said, in those structures we don't know where to go because we've got nothing to rely on. So we're going as high as we can until one last stupid guy will buy. That's not what happens right now. We do have things to work with. We do have prices we've gone before. We do have resistances. We do have stuff to risk manage. So we're definitely not back in the old days. We're definitely far from being historical highs. And that's the big difference. So are we bubbly trading right now like we were in 2018? Definitely not. We're pretty fucking far from this. So what we've done is a short-term bubble, probably in a range. So it's just meant to be bringing back emotions in the market. And when we're in a range and when I see emotions, I know, oh my goodness, I definitely want to go the opposite way. So am I still looking at bearish entries? Definitely yes. It is just that I know I'm facing a bubble, so I know how dangerous this is, and most likely how none of you guys need to be doing this alone. You do this only when I give you the framework to follow because it's dangerous, all right? It's stupid, and if you try to make it rational, you must be aware that you might have to do it a couple times, to do it a few times in a row before you get to be proven right. All right, this thing will have an end, definitely will. If you think we're going to go like this forever, not going to happen. So we've got the daily resistance. That's the price we're working at right now. So this is what gives us a technical framework to sell safely. The difference between the stupid guys who are buying for God knows what reason and me is that they don't know what they're doing. They're just buying. They don't even know what they're targeting. They don't even risk manage. I do, which means I must be selling, and for now it hasn't been quite a success. But the difference is anytime I'm selling, either I'm risk taking, which means I take profit to pay for my stop loss and then I get flushed out, which means I take no loss, or I take a tiny loss, but that's it. So that's how it goes. I can be wrong multiple times, but it doesn't cost me any fucking thing. The day I'll be right, I'll take nice gains. The guys who are stupidly following the bubble are taking multiple tiny gains. They'll lose them all in a single bearish shot. So that's the end. That's how they're going to lose. They're going to leverage, buy until something goes wrong. They get flushed out and take big losses. So what you want is not to be, if you like to be proven right, then this is not how you're going to get to speculative trade. Speculative trading means accepting being wrong several times just to get right one time and maximize the profit out of this shot. So what we do is daily chart is our resistance, and until proven wrong, it is probably going to resist. We're reaching out 38% Fibonacci retracement on the overall bearish trend, which is Wow, that's great. I never imagined we would go that far, but we are. So here we are, 38% fib. We need to note for this level, it's 9,500, and let's be honest, this level is going to be a big one. It is not just a tiny little stuff. 38% fib is generally a big game changer. So we might expect some reversal in the nearby area. The thing is that we need a plan. All right, so that's the plan, trading this 38% Fibonacci area. Obviously, that's a daily level, so we're not going to trade this 1 hour or whatever the fuck. We're going to trade this 4 hour. Moreover, because 1 hour is not even tradable at the moment. All right, we had some bearish signals in there, and the market just decided to do whatever the fuck. So we traded with the French guys this area yesterday. It didn't went well. We had an exit, we had a triangle, we got everything we needed, which means the market in here is not rational. All right, we do have risk management signals, but we had dangerous context. All right, we got both bullish support and resistance context unfolding, so we were aware of the high level of risk to get ahead of this trade. The market decided to buy it out instantly anyway, so we are parabolic scheming in the 1 hour charts. That doesn't even make sense, but all it says is that we don't buy it. The danger is that recently we just managed to break this trend line, which is absolutely not a good sign. Oh, sorry, I had it already. So 1 hour chart, you can see every time you've got a bubble, you'll see this, the RSI being bought, crazy bought. Guys are trying to build a support out of 35 on the momentum, so it's not going to work, and that's exactly what's been happening later today. So we fucked up this trend line, and that's not a good sign. Fucked up with candle closes, that's important. So this bubble is over. If you want to buy it, that's too late. What's kind of coming next? Remember how bubbles do trade. Bubbles get bubblish, stupidly parabolic, and then they go sideways. The volume shows back again. That's exactly what happens. All right, you see volume, you see volatility. So this is a specific stage of maturity into bubbles. This is where we go back to rational. All right, it's not about time to follow the bubble. Not a damn chance. You don't buy at the stage. At this stage, the bulls will think it's just nothing. They'll probably push us a little bit higher, but the next time we go higher is where you want to sell. So the first conclusion we get on here, is it about time to sell? No, not yet. Are we going to sell later, probably closer to the 9,500 to 600 area? Yes, definitely. Why and how are we going to be doing this is what I'm going to explain right after. So the 4 hour chart is where we're going to need our signal, right? So what I want is a 4 hour signal in this area, which is testing the Fibonacci retracement level and trying to sell it. How did I build those red and black arrows? Black horizontal line. Normally, it should give you a glimpse, should remind you something. Doesn't that ring a bell about the show I made you about volumes? All right, what I've done is simply what I taught you the other day about volumes. All right, what I've done is simply this. Remember, what is that? Right, this is kind of context, a bearish trend. All right, and we're retracing that goddamn bearish trend, which means you can use your retracement tools and Fibonacci range. All right, what you do is that we never retested this area, so put a goddamn fib out of it. All right, we go top to bottom, the last bottom we've traded. All right, and that's what it looks like. All right, that's what we have. That's the volume profile of this area that we're currently retracing. Some people don't even understand why the fuck we reversed out of $9,350. That's just because we've got a shit tons of volume in here, and that is a resistant volume. So obviously we reverse in here. But as we're still immature in the parabolic 1 hour scheme, we're going to have to go a little bit higher than that. So what do? We just zoom in and highlight the next volume areas. All right, this is where we got the next peak of volume. This is where we got the next trough. And all right, sorry, I need a little bit more precision, and I need to go there. All right, that's it. So, all right, we've gone there. This is what we've got. Some volume in here, some low volume area in here, some volume in there. All right, that's the things. All right, so high volume nodes, remember what they mean, which means the selling areas are on top of the high volumes up to the low volume. All right, so we've got 3 selling areas, but this one we're not going to trade it. I'll explain why. Simply because this is what it looks like. Right, this is the resistance, so if we get to the last shot, we're going to want to break it up. So this one we don't trade it. All right, this one I think is something we matter. All right, so these are the 2 areas we got, and the third one is on top of the big resistance level. Okay, are we clear on this? I hope it is. All right. So if it goes wrong, if we go on top of 10K, you can do the same stuff with the previous time we traded these levels. All right, you go here, all right, and you have a look at the goddamn volume profile. All right, let it time to build itself. All right, so this is what we've got. The next big level of volume is going to be, oh my goodness, is going to be there. So it is 10,621. This is going to be our next big volume area, volume cluster. All right, the next one is this one, and then we've got an underlying, sorry about that, in here where we've got low volume. Let me just zoom the fuck out of here because I need better resolution. Where is the lowest volume? Let's say in here. All right, so we got a strong area from 10,600 to 700 approximately, all right, in which we can trade. That's not, I don't nearly even think we're gonna go that high, all right? Reason why I want you guys to be really fucking cautious. But this is our grid, volume grid. So this is for aggressive traders, and obviously I'll use this. So it means this is where we're gonna go. If we get to fuck up the 10K, we're very likely going to go up to this level, all right? So we can highlight, oh sorry, I just went a little bit too much. So we've got a tiny resistance area right on top of the historical of the previous top, and then this is the next area we'll care about. Right? Anytime we'll get into those areas, I'll look forward for 4-hour trades. Okay? Are we good on this? I hope you understand. I'm going to delete those levels. We don't need them anymore. I've built the areas, boxes, so this is what we care. All these areas, I'm going to trade them bearish. This one seems a little bit too far to me because that's how bubble tend to trade. All right? There goes parabolic. We do buy the shit. When we break it up is when the thing terminates. When we build volatile area, we already done that. And the next stage is the final excess, right? When the latest bulls think it's going to go over again, it's not. Technically speaking, we've got very few chances for this to happen. So it is about time to go against them, all right? It's time to start selling the bubble. It's dangerous, all right? What I've done back then was trying to short the 1-hour bubbles. Didn't work out, so we've got a 4-hour bubble right now, and we need to fuck up this one. It already got its volume area. We're final accessing. So 4-hour just gives us the actual final information. We've got the breakout. Remember that on final accesses, the breakouts just gives you the target not to get up to. So we generally reverse out of those targets. Reason why I would say we go in there, I'm selling eyes closed. All right, but I'm gonna early sell in those areas because bubble generally tend to terminate this way. We go parabolic in one end, but we diverge and we lose steam on the other ends, building that kind of rugby balloon or something like that. And whenever we go there, it generally doesn't mean anything good. So we got the volatile burst in here in the short run, all right? You guys might have seen this in the short term. So we're starting to have some volatility in the bubble. We broke the 1-hour support trend line on momentum. So the thing is that it is over. We need volatility for a bit, building a 1-hour range, fuck it up. Probably this area is the one I'll have the most probable odds for a bearish reversal. This one, we've already tested this. Like I said, it's an early reaction. We've got no signals, so I wouldn't trade this, all right? I would more likely say, all right, wait for a couple days, probably early next week. We're going to have a final access to the 9005 area, testing the 38% fib, whatever. And if we get a 4-hour chart signal in there is what I want to do. So you can do whatever you want. Once again, you can follow the dumbasses out of social networks telling you they're making billions in this bubble, that Bitcoin is the future, whatever shit this is. They're trading what they think, and most of them are not even trading. So either you follow those guys or you follow a professional. I'm telling you what the hell is doing the smart money right now. The smart money is just profit taking, just like I will. Because whenever we'll reach out to this area, I'm probably going to lock out another 15% profit on my Bitcoins, my buy and holds. Yes, I'm going to take another layer of my buy and holds. Yes, because we're reaching stupidly crazy high prices, and I definitely want to sell part of my Bitcoins to whoever is stupid enough to buy them at this price. So that's how it's going to be, and this is exactly, or I don't know for sure, but it's very likely going to be what the smart money is going to be doing. They're going to sell a little bit more, and there are far less buyers right now. The volume is pretty narrow, so just this selling activity is probably going to reverse the prices. So I'm going to probably sell 15% of my buy and holds and probably take another speculative trades, short sold with CFD contracts, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about that later. Bye guys, and have a good weekend. The conclusion is there's nothing to do right now. Just be patient, let it go. Don't watch out for your intraday charts. It is 4-hour context we follow right now, which means you've got to watch out for charts once each and every 4 hours and no more, no less. Bye guys.